Alrighty, it's time for the next story quest, A World with Light and Life. Did I write that? Okay. Given to us by Yeshtola, level 90. We are in Megaduta guest chambers. Here we go. If I may excuse myself, I wish to pay a visit to the High Crucible. While the scales functioned admirably, it would be prudent to have them inspected for signs of degradation. By all means, I shall do the same for this vessel. Then I'll go and meet with the soldiers, share with them what I learned fighting Voidsent in the 13th. What of you, my friend? Have you any immediate plans? My options are nothing in particular, or I'm just worried about Zero. I'm just worried about Zero. In that case, might I trouble you with a small task? I wish to have food ready for Zero when she awakens, you see. Would you be willing to go to Meraid's Mahane and ask for suitable refreshments? Pat my chest. Sure. Excellent. In the meantime, Nidana shall watch over Zero. She is already en route. Let us each then tend to our respective businesses and reconvene anon. Off we trot. Zero's breathing appears to be less strained than it was in the 13th. Just clicked on her for the heck of it. For the heck of it. Dun, 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 dun. It's a tad loud in my ears. Oh, because it's a different headphone. Okay. It's the same headphones, it's just the right one instead of the left one. It turned the volume back up. It's weird. Okay. I'll take this Ethernet shard. We enter the Mahane, past our favorite server, Melil. We talk to Meraid, the bartendress and proprietor. Welcome to Meraid's Mahane. Please make yourself comfortable. I explain why we're here. What? A guest of the satrap has collapsed from hunger? Of course I would be happy to help. You need only tell me what you desire. My options are your most expensive dish, just for good measure, or something light and refreshing, like fruit perhaps, or a rich and hearty meal with plenty of meat, or a modest quantity of living mortals' ether should suffice. A rich and hearty meal with plenty of meat. Well, that might be perfect for an adventurer preparing to raid a treasure vault. I fear it'd be too much for someone coming out of a long slumber. I would recommend something gentler on the stomach, like these apples here. They've just come in, and I can guarantee their freshness. Afterwards, once your guest feels better, she's welcome to sample whatever else we can provide. Just let me know. I think you're wrong, but it's all good. I get that if one is not eaten in a while, you probably want to be pretty nice, you know, to the stomach, but nothing wrong with protein, in my opinion. Welcome back. Lest you worry, Mistress Nidana has been taking good care of our guest, says the Megaduta attendant. Will you be joining them now? Yeah, I think so. Cutscene. Zero opens her eyes.
Light. Is this an inn? What happened? How did I get here?
She stands, a tiny bit woozy. Headache, maybe?
There's no time. I must rejoin the battle. I must...
Oh, you're awake! Wonderful!
We zoomed in on her eyes, but I couldn't really tell what was going on with them. She sees Nadana elevating right in her face.
What is this? Some sort of fiend?
A fiend? Where is it? Where? Ah, but this is no time for jokes. You're in the source, my dear. The world next door, so to speak. The others brought you here after you collapsed. I'll fetch them at once. Wait, just a moment.
Cutscene goes black. We're at a table with Zero and the Scions, and Varshan and apples.
I took the liberty of arranging refreshments. I hope you find them as flavorful as they are invigorating.
We have young Varshan again. Interesting.
This isn't what you promised. I suppose ether is ether.
She picks up tries to grab ether from an apple, and the apple actually glows and shrivels.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know how to eat?
So we have a shriveled apple in the basket of other good apples.
I took what I needed from it. What's the problem?
Where's the enjoyment in that? You're supposed to bite, to chew, to savor, and then swallow.
She picks up a fresh apple, bites a bit of it, swallows.
That's the way. So, did it taste good?
I don't know.
The long years without eating may have dulled your sense of taste.
Well, we void scent have no need for such when consuming others. There are some who speak of taste when describing the quality and affinity of their prey's ether. But I loathe the act. Taking ether in small amounts like this is one thing, but diluting my essence, diminishing myself, I'd sooner die. And I have died, countless times.
You have? But what happens when you do?
Not much. After a while, you return, together with all your expended life force. The important thing is to die where others won't devour you.
Amazing! My peers who study immortality and resurrection would be most interested in this phenomenon.
The question of taste aside, I am glad that you are able to partake of food like us. I dare say it agrees with your personal preferences.
That's true. You can keep giving me the same on a regular basis.
Very well. As my guest, I shall see that you do not want for comfort. And one other thing. We brought you to our world without your consent, and for that, I apologize. If you wish it, we will return you to yours once you have regained your strength.
she looks at the apple.
It's fine. I have no reason to go back.
Eats more.
Except for yours, perhaps. You intend to cross over again, I take it.
I do. I have yet to find my sister. I want nothing more than to rush to her aid, to find this Golbez and free her from his clutches, if he still holds her captive.
Though if our recent experience has taught us anything, 'tis that the 13th is more dangerous than we ever imagined. Caution must be our watchword.
Better late than never. In the short time you spent in our world, you left a trail of chaos in your wake. You managed to return in one piece this time, but don't assume you'll be so lucky the next.
Rest assured, we will make no assumptions and spare no preparation. Speaking of which, while we rest and ready ourselves, I ask that you tell me more about your home. In return, I will tell you about ours. I will show you my domain, Radzet Han.
Again, a stranger in this strange land.
She picks up her hat from the table, stands and puts it
I
on.
have a condition. You must come too.
She says to me. I smile and nod.
You have my thanks.
Wait, what am I coming to do? We'll speak with Zero outside of the area, the room where we were eating. This world is brimming with ether. I feel invigorated just standing here in the breeze. Glad am I to hear that. So is there any place in particular you wish to see? Perhaps where that food came from. Apple, was it? Well, I don't expect I'll collapse again. It would be good to know where I can procure more if necessary. Merides Mahane it is then. I shall introduce you to the head waitress, Melil. Barshan and Zero accompany me. We'll have some spots where we get to talk to them, I would assume. Okay, right outside the Mahane, so I don't need to run the whole way. Okay, good to know. So we'll teleport to the Mahane. And then our little conversation right outside here. Talk to Zero first. Discuss Merides Mahane. This is the place. The air is different here, and I speak not of the heat. There's a texture to it, a fullness, unlike that of elsewhere. You smell the cooking, I believe. Hanish cuisine is quite fragrant and delicious, I hope you would agree. Then we'll speak to Varshan. We could attempt to introduce Zero to Marlene herself, but Melil is more likely to be available. Okay, I was gonna say why the waitress and not the proprietor, but we'll go to Melil. Welcome to Merides Mahane. Greetings, Melil. May I introduce you to Zero? She is an esteemed guest, and I ask if you seated to her meals during her stay. Ah, yes, Merides told me all. Please come to us whenever you're hungry. We'll look after you. 'Twas here that Mercy obtained the apple. while the palace cooks can prepare whatever you desire, it is certainly a quick and convenient food. I'll remember it. Who are the ones there moving their bodies about? Is it for some ritual related to eating? The dancers? They move their bodies to bring pleasure to those who are watching. It's a form of entertainment, part of our culture. How needlessly complicated. We Voidsent prefer simpler pleasures. That may be the way of it now, but your world too must have had such complicated diversions once. I don't remember. Well, let us move on. I propose we visit Balshan Bazaar, where goods the world over may be found. This one. But no sprint. I could have probably. We have a circle where we will progress things. Talk to Zero. What are all these things for? What do you do here? This is a marketplace where people buy and sell goods. Since its earliest days, Razatan has served as a trading hub, and here you'll find not only local products but wares from distant lands. I should mention that the vendors generally only accept payment in coin or tomestones. If there's aught you desire, I shall take care of it. So that's what tomestones are for. Voidsent returned with them on occasion, but I never knew their purpose. They struck me as useless trinkets, and I couldn't understand your obsession with them. On that subject, there appeared to be no shops on the 13th. Do you never make bargains in which possessions are exchanged? We do, but rarely. We strike bargains when we want something done. If we desire an object, we kill whoever has it. I see. Your bargains may be likened to employment, I believe. I shall bear this in mind. With that, let us continue on. I propose we head to the High Crucible of Alchemia. Which is where? Okay, down to the left. Now I'll sprint. As availing myself of the Ethernet will not get me there faster. Ken Blankenship. Free Company Bagel. We have Isu. This is where that steam-powered, multicolored, gigantic vase urn-looking thing is. Isu is a elephant person. Why, Master Vitra, how may we serve you this morning? If you're here for your vessel, I'm afraid we're still tending to it. No, there is no rush. Pray take as much time as you require, and know that I have complete faith in your work. The High Crucible is home to the finest alchemists. They are the ones who created my bodies and can provide you with healing as well. Now that I think on it, you weren't at all surprised when I changed forms. Were you aware of my nature from the start? That I was a soul occupying a vessel not my own? It's hardly uncommon in our world. When given the chance, many shed their bodies to claim stronger ones. Oh, you must be the rumored guest. We've been most eager to meet you. If you have a moment, would you care to stay for some tea? The sisters know we'd love to hear your tales. No, I've had enough food for now, and can always obtain more without the need for inane chatter. Now, no need to decline outright. I dare say you are tired, so let us save it for another time and return to Megaduta. If aught catches your eye en route, do not hesitate to say so. That was a brusque brush off, but I also am not super fond of inane chatter. There's no conversation along the way. I will take the main Aetherite over to Ruvedia fibers. From here, go west, where south. There's a circle of conversations. It's actually progression. Near where some trees are cultivated for various fruits, I assume. in other things. We have a cutscene. She's looking out over the growing plants, trees. Some sort of fruit. Pitiful things, though. I imagine you need to eat a lot to derive any satisfaction. These are mulberry trees. While the fruits are indeed edible, more important are the leaves, which we feed to silkworms. Without the creatures, we wouldn't have the silk to make our famous Stavnarian weave. Furthermore, the bark of the tree also possesses medicinal properties. You would be hard-pressed to find a more useful plant. Is that so? Aside from food, I wouldn't have considered any other purpose for it. Master Vitra, and mercy too, says a familiar boy's voice. Is it the young man who tried to dupe us? It is, with a sister. If it isn't young Murad, and that must be your sister, Yasra. It was all well at the orphanage. Yes, Your Excellency. The other children are very nice, and we all look out for one another. Oh, just the other day, Estinian came to see us. Everyone was really excited, says his sister. Truly, Estinian paid you a visit. That is well. He looks up at Zero. Is she a new friend? Friend? You know what that is? What? You mean you don't? She's a visitor from a faraway land, you see, and is still unfamiliar with our language. Then we'll teach you. A friend is someone you like to play with. Zero just pulls her hat down a little bit. Play with? She thinks. Xenos seemed to be enjoying himself when he fought you. Is that the same thing? My options are more or less, or absolutely not. Absolutely not. Shake my head vehemently. Then I'm no closer to understanding it. She thinks some more. Why he traversed the great expanse, why he risked life and limb for you. I look a little bit shocked by this. But I waste energy dwelling on such things. I am not Xenos. I stand to gain nothing by knowing his heart. I'm sorry I couldn't explain it well, says the younger sister. There's no need to apologize. The fault is not yours, but mine for failing to make sense of your words. She smiles, nods. Well, we had better get back to our errand. Goodbye. It was nice meeting you. They wave. Big kid waves. Zero watches them go, closes her eyes as if maybe a memory is sparked or something. We'll talk to her to complete the quest. Through Xenos, I thought I understood the ways of your world, but the more I learn of it, the more I realize how little I actually know. It's all so strange, your behavior and your reasons. I find myself baffled at every turn. But the feeling's not unwelcome. I'm learning bit by bit. It was the right decision to join you. A world with life and light and life is complete. There's no bonus cutscene, so that's the end of this video. I will for sure make another. See you soon.